Welcome back to a special surprise bonus episode of Hot Air, and I am deciding to call these tiny little baby mini episodes Hot Flashes. And for the month of Pride, which is the month of June, which is not Title IX month, it's still Pride Month. Every Friday, I'm going to do a quick little mini episode about a gay icon, a pop culture icon, an activist, somebody that you should know that maybe you don't. And if you do know, it's just a little reminder, a little refresher. We're going to keep these short and sweet, so we are going to pop right into it. Here is your first Hot Flash. And today we are talking about Harvey Milk. Let's hit it. Part 1. Who is Harvey Milk? Harvey Bernard Milk was born on May 22nd, 1930 in Woodmere, New York. A middle-class Jewish kid growing up on Long Island, he wasn't exactly out and proud in those early years. I mean, who really was at the time? Like many queer folks of his time, he stayed closeted for decades, hiding his sexuality while working as a school teacher, insurance agent, and even a naval officer. Yes, that's right. Harvey Milk was a gay man in the Navy. I couldn't think of anything clever, so let's insert a don't ask, don't tell, flash forward joke right here. It wasn't until the late 1960s that Milk really began to live openly as a gay man, and it lit a fire under him. He moved to San Francisco in 1972, and honey, the Castro was calling. I mean, when is it not calling? It's always calling. Actually, I think I might go there for my birthday this year. All right, let's reel it in. Let's paint a picture. San Francisco in the early 70s was electric with queer culture, but of course, still crawling with bigotry, as it still does today. Police raids on gay bars were routine. LGBTQ plus people were denied housing, employment, and basic dignity. Does that sound familiar? Because I talked a lot about it in the Stonewall Riot episode. So if you haven't listened to that, you should go listen to it now. It's a quick little reminder. And let's not pretend any of that bigotry is over. It still exists today. We know this to be true. Hello. Let's check the news. So here comes Harvey, this openly gay, charismatic, unapologetic man with a voice like gravel and a smile like sunshine, who decided enough was enough. Part 2. The Castro Camera King becomes a political powerhouse. In 1973, Harvey opened Castro Camera, a little camera shop on Castro Street that became more than just a storefront. It became a community hub, an organizing center, and the unofficial gay town hall. How cool is that? I want to go back in a time machine and see what that was all about. From that humble space, Milk launched a political movement. He ran for the San Francisco Board of Supervisors 3 times, lost again, and instead of giving up, he grew stronger, louder, and bolder. Because that is what us queers do. We persist. And finally, in 1977, history was made. I just got full body chills. Harvey Milk became the first openly gay elected official in California. Pause. Take that in. Not the first gay man to be outed while in office, not the first one suspected while in office, the first one to say, yes, I'm gay and I am here to serve. Serve the public, not serve looks. I'm sure he served looks, but serve the public. He won not because he hid who he was, but because he was authentically himself. That was radical then, and honestly, still is radical now. It's very unheard of to have open gay politicians or anyone in government just be open and out. And Harvey, badass, way before his time. Part 3, what Harvey stood for and why he still matters. So what made Harvey Milk such a game changer? Well, first off, he got it. He knew visibility was power. He famously said, you gotta give them hope. He believed that if people saw out and proud gay folks in office, in business, in everyday life, it would chip away at ignorance and fear. And that is still true today. There's not a lot of representation of the LGBTQ plus community in high power positions, and we need more of it. But he wasn't just a symbol, he got shit done. Here's a few things, very important things, that he did. Harvey fought for LGBTQ plus rights, including non-discrimination laws in housing and employment. He supported labor rights, backing the Teamsters and boycotting Coors Beer for their anti-union stance. Gay bars pulled Coors from their shelves, and the labor movement supported Milk in return. That's intersectionality before it was even a buzzword. Harvey championed seniors, low-income residents, and public transportation. He wasn't just the gay candidate, he cared about everyone. He wasn't just the candidate for the gays, he cared about everyone. He fought against the Briggs Initiative, which is Prop 6, a horrifying proposed law that would have banned gay teachers or anyone who supported gay rights from working in California public schools. And guess what? Thanks to people like Milk and the massive coalition he helped build, the Briggs Initiative failed. Harvey's efforts helped turn the tide of public opinion. Part 4. His assassination and resilience. Depresso, stresso. Tragically, on November 27th, 1978, just 11 months after taking office, Harvey Milk was assassinated alongside Mayor George Moscone. I hope I'm saying that right. They were assassinated by Dan White, a disgruntled former city supervisor. White's trial would become infamous. He used what would be mockingly called the Twinkie defense, claiming his mental state was diminished due to depression and junk food. I was going to make a joke about how much sugar I eat and how shitty it makes me feel, but this is not the time. He got convicted of voluntary manslaughter instead of murder. The LGBTQ plus community rioted in what's now known as the White Night Riots. And some might say protest, some might say riots. You get what I mean. But even in death, Harvey Milk's impact could not be silenced. Here's what he said in his recorded will, his voice from beyond. He said, "If a bullet should enter my brain, let that bullet destroy every closet door." Ha! Not me almost crying again. Heavy. If a bullet should enter my brain, let that bullet destroy every closet door. Tell me that does not give you chills. Part 5. Legacy and why he's still a gay hero. Today, Harvey Milk is remembered around the world. Schools are named after him, streets, ships were named after them. There's a US postage stamp with his face on it, and in 2009, President Obama awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, real quick side note about that boat, the USNS Harvey Milk, Pete Hegseth recently, this week, the first week of Pride Month, announced the renaming of the USNS Harvey Milk, and the gays are up in a roar. I ain't happy about it, but it is a clear and direct message from the current administration to erase gay history. Sorry, not going anywhere. Now, Harvey Milk isn't just some statue to salute. He's a reminder that being out is a political act in and of itself, that living your truth can literally save lives, that fighting for your people, even when it's dangerous, it is still worth it. And let me be very clear, he's not a hero just because he was gay. He's a hero because he used his queerness as a source of power and not shame, because he fought for community, dignity, and joy. Harvey Milk didn't just break barriers, he shattered the fuck out of them, then turned the broken pieces into a glittering mosaic of queer liberation. So friends, let the world know, Harvey Milk wasn't just some guy with a bullhorn and a camera shop. He was a fucking force of nature. And if you've ever marched at Pride, kissed your partner in public, or even just felt a little less alone knowing you weren't the only queer kid out there, you have Harvey to thank for that. We're here because he was, we remember because we must, and we keep going because we cannot afford not to. And that was your first Hot Flash. I think it's really important that we remember, just like we remember Stonewall, the Stonewall riots, Stonewall protests, however you want to refer to them, remember them. Remember where we came from. Remember how we got here. Do not forget the fight that came before us, because unfortunately, the clocks are turning back. It's like we're traveling back in time. At least that is how I personally feel, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. And if you don't, that's totally fine. But I'm worried for my safety. I'm worried for my right to stay here. I'm worried for a multitude of things, not just for the gay community, but for everyone, immigrants, people of color, everyone who is not a straight white Republican. I'm worried about you, and I'm thinking about you. We have to remember the people that came before us and fought the fight, that set the groundwork for us to have the rights and more visibility so that we can stand up against all of these people who are trying to oppress us as a community. Whether you're gay, whether you're Black, whether you're a woman, whether you're anything else that is not a straight white Republican, remember how you got here, stand up, and continue pushing forward. So thanks again for listening to Hot Air, listening to this little hot flash episode, and I'll be back next week on Tuesday with a full episode, and next Friday with another little bonus hot flash. Make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening, leave a comment, rate it 5 stars, obviously. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok at _hotairpod for more fun reels, a little behind the scenes, and all kinds of fun stuff. And I'll see you all next Tuesday.